Okay, here we start. For the last month, probably more, Maria and I have been working on our house and we've been playing pickleball. So it's been putting a lot of tension into our neck and shoulders. So we're gonna open that up because it happens more than people think. And then we stop rotating our heads, we stop tipping our heads back, and then we start going into the other behaviors, which is anterior head carriage, we turn off our abs, we lock our legs out, and we clench our butt. So we're gonna go through the process of opening up the shoulders, but the thing that always is interesting when we work with people is in order to open up the neck and shoulders, you have to open up the calves. And that's why we're gonna start there. Yay, Maria's here. And that's where we'll begin. So we're gonna start out with the block first, and we're gonna put the block under our left calf, our foot, to stretch out our left calf. That's what I meant to say. Abs are nice and tight. First, second, third chakras are on. Shoulder blades are down and back. And this is where we start. You're gonna try to mount your hips. You're trying to get your hips over the tops of your feet. Abs are engaged. You're gonna pump your hips forward. Just see what that feels like. First chakra is your pelvic floor. Second chakra is your lower abs. Third chakra is your upper abs. You're drawing your shoulder blades down and back. Heads over the top of the block, or in between your stance, and your foot's on top of the block. I'm gonna get it this morning. Abs are engaged. Wolfie's joining us. Feel the lengthening of your gastrocnemius. This is so important in getting the shoulder position. So draw those shoulder blades down and back as you're stretching out this calf muscle. Abs are nice and tight. And you're breathing. Here's Maria. Just stretch it out. We're elongating. Not real exciting. Keep your hips forward now. Keep your abs engaged. We're gonna do hip circles. Try to move from the hips, not from the head or the neck. Keep those shoulder blades down and back. And here's the big thing. Don't do the old lady, old man thing where your hands are out. Just let your arms hang at your sides. Chest up. Opposite direction. We're opening up all the different fibers of your calf muscle. Make sure those feet are parallel. As we now switch sides. Block goes under your right ball of your foot. You're stretching out your right calf. Abs are nice and tight. Feet are parallel. Knees are over the tops of your feet. First, second, third chakras are on. Abs are nice and tight. Pump those hips forward. I was telling you, we've been working on your house and our shoulders are sore. So we're working on the shoulders. We've been playing pickleball too. Abs are nice and tight. This is time under tension, so you're stretching muscles and not joints. That's so important. Okay. And then we're going to break into hip circles. Smiles are up. Woo, feel the tightness in this calf. Keep your abs engaged, and we now go the opposite direction. How many more did we have? How close was that?
20.
Oh. Not close at all. It's windy today, and then you'll see the curtain moving. Ah, scared me. And foot comes off the block. That's okay. It averages out.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Ball goes under the ball of your foot. Abs are nice and tight. We're gonna do our little toe exercises. Squeeze around the ball, toes together, then open your toes apart, then squeeze them together, open your toes apart. Your foot should be able to do all of it. Abs are engaged, first, second, third chakras are on, chest is up, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy. You can't see Wolfie, but she's being pretty hysterical. Okay, now we're gonna do something. You can hold onto your roller in your right hand. Oh, did I steal your? I stole your roller. Your roller's in your right hand. We're gonna do movement. You're gonna go cross, shift, over shift. You're just going to feel what it feels like to have an uneven surface. Here's the tricky part. Keep your feet parallel. Whether it crosses this side or it opens up this side, your feet are going to stay parallel. Your feet.
Feet. Feet.
Abs are engaged.
We have multiple feet.
Yes. F-E-A-T-S. F-E-E-T-S. Just feel what it feels like to do that? Now you're going to bend your knee, same thing. So it's getting you set for uneven surfaces and how to react. If you don't practice this, you start falling over. And it's also a great surprise when something as simple as this becomes something outside your movement vocabulary. Okay, switch sides. We're going to start out with straight legs, feet parallel, abs nice and tight. We're going to cross behind. Oh yeah, I forgot toes. Thank you. Sorry. Squeeze with your toes, open with your toes. Squeeze with your toes, open with your toes. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Don't turn off your abs just because your toes are working. That is a disastrous combination. Smiles are up. Okay, and here we go. Cross behind, feet parallel. Feet parallel. At no point do your feet unparallel. That's an important habit to learn. This way we are always running forward no matter what we encounter under our foot. Keep your abs engaged. I used to have something we called the stock exchange game because I learned it from a guy who ran on the stock exchange. We used to have two people run at each other and they would have to shift without running into each other or hurting each other or falling over. They had to learn to pivot and roll. And now we're doing it with our legs bent. And this was part of the activity. When you encountered someone, you felt the pressure of their body, you had to pivot and roll. And still move forward. That was the tricky part. Okay, good. By this time, your feet should be opening up. We're going to switch back one last time. You're going to take your right foot and you're going to bend those toes over the ball because Annie specifically asked for this. And I want you to really bend those toes over because if you can bend your toes over this ball, then you don't have to break it when your toes break any of your toes when your toes run into the coffee table or the corner of the wall or the hallway or and then move your foot a little bit more forward. Continue to do the same thing. Abs are engaged. Suck in that tummy. Get that pinky toe, that's the one that's most in jeopardy, all the way through to your big toe. Switch sides. This is creating the arch, the anterior arch of your foot, which affects the shoulders. That's why we're working it. The anterior arch of the foot affects shoulder mobility, and that's what we're going to work on next. That's why I have to open all this up. Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. Oh, yeah, just get it. Move your foot a little further forward as you get everything from your big toe to your little toe and your little toe to your big toe. Just picture every toe you stretch is a toe that's not going to break off when you hit the coffee table. Smiles are up. And good. Go ahead and see what the ground feels like underneath your feet. You should feel very forward in your feet. Your calves should be a little bit tight feeling because they've actually opened up. And we're going to go into our next stretch. We have to open up the rectus femoris next in order to get after the shoulders. Stretch. Abs. Head over the top of the block. Hip circles. Smiles are up. Jaws relaxed. Keep sucking in that tummy as you now go in the opposite direction. Keep breathing. Okay, now you're going to take your right hand, grab that left foot. You're going to stretch forward. Stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. Abs are nice and tight, chest is open. So this is where you feel the connection to your shoulders. See how hard it is to draw your shoulders, the blades down and back? Do it now. Keep your abs engaged, suck in that tummy. Push those hips forward, suck in your tummy. This is time under tension, so we're stretching muscles and not joints. You should not feel this in your low back or your knee or your shoulders because we're working muscles. You should feel it in the muscles of your shoulders, your abs, and your quad, nowhere else. Little bit longer. Stretch.
10.
Good. Counter stretch. Leg goes across midline. You're going to take the roller forward. And you're going to reach with that roller. Reach, reach, reach as you take your right hand back behind you. It looks like Maria's running very fast in an awkward position. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Yes, all of this so we can open up the shoulders. Interesting. Head over to top of the block, abs are nice and tight, hip circles. Keep your abs engaged. Try not to let the left knee move too much. We don't want it going side to side. We want it to basically stay where it is. Opposite direction. So you can make hip motion without making lateral knee motion. This is important to protect the knee. Okay, now with your left hand, grab your right foot. You're gonna push forward, draw your shoulder blades down and back. You're not loading your low back. You're opening up your quad, that's your rectus femoris primarily. Your abs, your lats, everything's working. No pressure into any joints, we're stretching muscles. Feel what it feels like to twist and deepen this. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy super hard. Keep that pelvic floor on. Okay, now we're gonna counter stretch. Take that leg across the midline. You're gonna take your right hand forward, your reach back with that left hand. Reach, 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 reach. Abs engaged, suck in that tummy. You're breathing. Five, 4, is that 10?
Yes.
Okay, good enough. Okay, we're gonna come down onto our knees now. Blocks out of the way. You're gonna need your roller. We're gonna start out with stretching. So the roller goes out in front of you. I'm gonna move off the side so Maria has some space. Roller goes out in front of you. We're gonna go thumbs up. We're on the edge of your hand. There's two ways of doing this. You can keep your butt against your heels, or you could lift your butt up into the air. That gives you a deeper stretch. Either way, you're moving from your abs. You're not moving from your shoulders. We're stretching out as slowly as you need to feel safe, and then we're gonna come back. Just go out and in. Stretch open the shoulders. You're gonna also extend the spine. You can bring your hands narrow if you'd like. Just make sure those thumbs are up. Hi, Wolfie. Come back. Keep rolling out, rolling in. Feel the opening and lengthening. This is opening up your back extensors. It's opening up your latissimus dorsi. Just do it slowly. And now, we're gonna do it one arm at a time, starting with our left arm. So our left arm is gonna be more midline. You can put one hand on the ground or on your thigh, whatever feels the easiest for you, or you could put it behind your back where we like to do it. Oh, you can stretch out and come back. You can go nice and slow. It doesn't matter how you do it. Oh. The goal is not to hyperextend your neck because, as we said, we're doing a lot of work with our upper body and we're playing pickleball. We gotta make sure not to overwork the neck and instead open the shoulder, but with that ab connection. So keep your abs engaged, keep that pelvic floor on. Stretch out. Is that 10?
8.
Oh, I knew it. 9. 10. And we're just gonna switch sides. We're gonna compare. So back when I was doing my undergrad, I had a calculus TA, and he kept saying comparation, and we had no clue as to what he was saying. We kept looking it up in the book, we looked it up in the glossary. We were trying to figure out what a mathematical comparation was. And we finally figured out what he was trying to say was comparison. But it took, so we were 3 weeks behind the rest of the class because our TA kept saying comparation and we couldn't find out what that word meant. What number is that?
Last one.
Okay. I'll do one more. So you should feel that your shoulders have opened up. It's easier for you to kneel and be long. We're gonna flip around and get the other half of this. As we continue to open up the shoulders, we're gonna flip around. The roller will go behind your shoulder blades. Yes, I'll need to move my blocks. So rollers behind your shoulder blades, your hands are behind your head. We're gonna start out this way first. Feet are parallel, knees are bent, you're gonna lift your butt up. You're gonna only roll from your rib cage, within your rib cage, especially if you're new. If you've done this for a while, you can go longer. It's okay if you hear a snap, crackle, and popping as your ribs re-articulate. As you roll towards us, your heels go up. As you roll away from us, your toes go up. Heels and toes. And now you can add a twist to get one side more than the other. Notice if one side's sorer than the other side. Careful with your microphone cord. Okay. Gotta get some more stuff out of the way. Okay, so the next piece is that we're gonna do that same roll, except your arms are gonna be up over the top of your head. This is to open up the length. You can add that same twist as you go top to bottom.
Watch your hair.
Wash hair, clothing, jewelry, and drawstrings. This roller will gladly rip it off. As you roll towards us, your heels go up. As you roll away from us, your toes go up. Just notice what this feels like. Keep your abs engaged. These are sit-ups. Okay, so your butt drops down. You're gonna put all your weight onto your right side. And we're gonna work on Cuban motion. You're gonna lift your rib cage up, then lower your rib cage. Lift, lower, lift, lower. You're rolling out your side. Move your rib cage, or you can do what Mario's doing and just roll. So you can put your feet on the ground and roll, or do it the way Mario's doing it from your knees. Roll, 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 roll. Ha, ha. The more you tip back, you'll get a muscle called the infraspinatus. If you're in the middle, you'll get teres major, teres minor, and if you lean forward, you'll get what's called the serratus anterior. You can work all those pieces of your shoulders. Now, Mario can't do it, but I will. You can straighten your arms up over the top of your head as you do it. And then what's nice is you can do range of motion as you're rolling. Oh, dear Lord. Okay. And then we can do the other side. Mario can move towards me a little bit, give herself some space. Abs are nice and tight. You're rolling out this side with Cuban motion. As you get back, it's an infraspinatus. It's the middle. It's teres major, teres minor. As you lean forward, it's serratus anterior. Get whatever is sore out of there, or you could rock from side to side. As it becomes easier, try straightening your arm and see what it's like to do rotations through the shoulders over top of your head. Mario can't do it because there's a wall right over the top of her head. But open up the shoulders because nothing in the human body has a single function. So as you're opening this up, you're opening up lymphatics to your lungs, your thyroid, your heart, your thymus, and even assisting vascular supply to your brain. Not to mention what's below the liver, stomach, spleen, pancreas, and gallbladder. Ooh. Okay, come back to center. You're gonna roll down the roller and put the roller under your head like a pillow. This is probably the hardest thing we'll ever do in any of these classes. You're gonna turn your head left and right and just say no. Say no. If you have a sore spot on one side and you have a sore spot on the other side, just ask yourselves why you have sore spots there. You shouldn't have any. It's even more interesting if it's asymmetrical and one side's tighter than the other. Keep breathing. Keep your abs engaged. It's really easy to shut off your abs because your head's in slight flexion as you do this. Okay.
No.
Yes, okay.
No.
We're gonna sit up. Sit up.
Nope.
Enough of that nonsense.
No, no, no.
The roller's gonna go into your right pocket and it's gonna go diagonal across your body. So you're gonna lean back and it's gonna go under your right shoulder. It's underneath your head. Your left shoulder's on the ground. Your hips are on the ground. We're gonna take that left arm above our head and we're gonna do circles above our head. There should be no clunking or grinding because we're using muscles and not just stretching ligaments or abusing the joints. We're stabilizing with muscles. So feel what it feels like to keep your abs engaged, your lats on, as you move this arm around above your head. And you don't realize how little you use your arm above your head until you start scraping paint off a house or putting in a ceiling fan. And you realize we don't stabilize above our head because we're trying to save energy with our arms above our head.
10.
Okay. We're gonna sit back up again. We're gonna do the other side. So you're gonna make sure that roller is in your left pocket. Your right shoulder's on the ground. Your head's on the roller. Your butt's on the ground. You're taking that left arm above your head. Notice if there's crunching, grinding, or clunking. Try to get it out of there by stabilizing your shoulder as much as possible. Suck in that tummy. Keep your abs nice and stable. Oh. Try to stretch deeper even though it might be scary because we don't often do things above our head. Oh. Keep breathing. What number we on? Okay. Roller goes underneath your head like a pillow once again. Oh. Just say no. We're opening things up. So once I went to this IMAX movie and it was just about like really old big buildings, and they kind of showed like they were in a cathedral and you saw how much these gigantic chandeliers you thought weren't moving actually move, and it was really cool to see. And then you realize all the structures are living even though they seem really old and they're made out of stone. This curtain reminds us this house breathes. It moves in and out just like you guys should be breathing in and out. In and out. Sometimes the breath is shallow like it is right now because the wind stopped blowing, but sometimes it's a deep breath, and you should know when you're doing each one. Okay. We're gonna sit back up again, and we're not gonna say no.
No.
We're gonna take the roller off to the side. We're so glad when diesel trucks drive by. It makes it smell so nice in here. Okay. We're coming into kneeling for a second. Oh, I have to see where my microphone is. Okay, we're gonna roll out the chest. So you're gonna roll over breast tissue. We're gonna roll over the pecs. Just careful of that breast tissue as you roll over it. You don't want to hurt yourself, but we do want to open things up, and we want to pump things through, sort of like you're kneading dough. And we're using the ball to do it. And the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna do it on all fours. So you can roll your chest above the diaphragm. So you're staying above this little thing called your xiphoid process. We're gonna be careful of your throat because we are gonna roll into the throat. Maria and I can't because we have microphones. But the way we're gonna do it is on all fours, no pressure into the chest. You can put a tiny little bit of pressure, or you can drop a lot of pressure, or if you want, you can go on your tummy and roll things out. What's nice about being on tummy is now you can do shoulder range of motion simultaneously. Roll everything out. See if you can get everything to open up. You can put your hand behind your back like we did before. You can move your head and neck around. You get some of the tension you accidentally created in your neck out of there. Keep your abs engaged. This is opening up the shoulders. Let's feel what it feels like to open up these shoulders. And whenever you feel ready, you can switch sides. You can roll into your throat if you'd like. We can't because we have microphones, but you guys can. Just go gently. That'll open up your thyroid. As you're doing this, we're opening up lymphatics to your breast and your chest, your lungs and your heart. And you really see that nothing in the human body has a single function. Moving your arm around has a huge impact on your lymphatics and on your blood supply and on circulation to organs. Keep rolling things out. Just careful with hair, jewelry, clothing, drawstrings. That's why I'm tucking in my drawstrings here. Okay. What happened? Did you figure something out?
No.
Oh. So you're opening up all the lymphatic supply. So all the lymphatic supply of the body comes under each one of your pec minors. So that's in your chest. You're gonna open those, get groups up as you do this. And that should open up range of motion of your shoulders. Okay, we're gonna come back into kneeling. We're gonna do it just because it's important to do it. Where the rib cage come together is a little thing called your xiphoid process that we talked about. Stay off of that xiphoid process. Careful of your costochondral junction, and if you have floating ribs that you know about, be careful of your floating ribs. We're gonna roll the abdomen clockwise or counterclockwise, top to bottom, side to side. We're gonna roll out the abs because they're connected, and they do a lot of viscerosomatic referral into the shoulders, so we gotta do it. Remember, sharp pain is gas, dull achy pain is fecal material, deep boring pain is blood stagnation or adhesion. And then with viscerosomatics, as you're rolling out your abdomen, notice if you feel it in your shoulders or your back or your knees. Your job is to get any pain out of there because it shouldn't be there. Just roll things out. Remembering that sharp pain is gas, dull achy pain is fecal material, deep boring pain is blood stagnation or adhesion. See what it's like to have your butt higher than your head or your head higher than your butt? Oh yeah, get it. And you'll notice your shoulders have to open up in order to get your butt higher than your head. See what it's like to have your head higher than your butt as you roll out. Keep breathing. Oh yeah, get it. Whew. we're gonna come back into kneeling again. Because we're gonna momentarily do the pelvic floor. That's the missing piece of the abdomen. Don't think we're not gonna work the butt, we are. Okay, you're gonna have a seat on top of the ball, on top of the block. Gotta make sure that pelvic floor stays on, your shoulder blades are down and back, you're closing up your rib cage, sucking in second chakra. Head is over the top of the ball. As you draw your shoulder blades down and back, suck in that tummy, and then release. Suck in that tummy, release. Just see how it feels. Keep breathing. Keep your head over the top of the ball as we now interlock our fingers behind our back to stretch open our shoulders. Abs are engaged. Move your head and neck around. So the funny thing is, when you move your head and neck around, you find out how much the neck influences the shoulders. And Maria has a great connection between the head and the neck that she's been having me do that's been changing my life. You want to explain it to them?
So as you move your head in a circular motion,
When your head goes into extension, really try to engage your upper abs.
and as you come down, transition, engage your obliques. As your head comes into flexion, you want to engage your lower abs. So you're creating the same circular motion in your abdominal muscles as you rotate your neck and your head.
And keep breathing.
This really explains to you or demonstrates to you how neck problems start with ab and core weakness.
Okay, and as we switch,
Going in the opposite direction,
once again, connecting your upper abs as your neck goes into extension.
your obliques as you transition. As your neck comes into flexion,
You're going to engage your lower abs.
coordinate your breath,
Creating that circular motion with your cervical
spine,
and connecting that
rotation.
through your core musculature.
And without knowing it, you have done sit-ups. But these are very functional sit-ups. That's why they seem easy, but they're very important. Okay, shake out your shoulders, see how things feel. We're gonna do a couple of our Rocket Man exercises, or not Rocket Man, Iron Man. I keep getting them mixed up. Rocket Man's Elton John. We're gonna push away. You're gonna you're pushing yourself out of a manhole. Abs go on, chest up. You're gonna continue to push away, and you're pushing away. Your shoulder blades are separating, so they're opening around your spine. As you take it up over the top, we're gonna go up over the top of our head, and then back down. Take it back as far as you could possibly go, and then bring it back forward. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. This is creating range of motion in the protracted position.
Really try to broaden your back as you engage your arms and shoulders.
Abs are nice and tight.
Keep breathing. Exhale as you reach up.
5. Okay, now I'm gonna move forward a little bit. So I don't smack Maria. Same thing, push out of the manhole cover as your Iron Man. You're gonna take your arms out to the side. Separate as much as you can your shoulder blades, and then you're gonna go up over the top of your head. Abs are engaged, suck in that tummy. Try to keep those arms straight. We're moving shoulders. If this is easy, you're doing something wrong. You need to fire up way more muscles if this is super easy. Smiles are up. Chest up.
If you're feeling a lot of pressure in your wrists, try to angle your fingers out a little bit more.
It's like we're diving into the ceiling. It's also interesting to watch Olympic diving because they don't dive in outside with pointed fingers. They're slightly angled back, so they're catching it on the palm of their hands and not on their fingertips. Okay, now we're gonna take our arms out in front of us. Push your shoulders out. So you're protracting your shoulders behind you as you now take and reach all the way back behind you and forward. Again, no cracking and popping of the shoulders because we're using muscles and not joints or ligaments. Abs are engaged, core is on. You have to use your core to protect your extremities. Keep breathing. Abs are engaged. What number is that?
4.
I knew it. This would be 5. Yeah. Okay, now we start over again. This time we're pulling our shoulder blades into our bodies. We're going to pretend we're sucking bowling balls into the palm of our hands. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. We start over again. We're going to go forward. This time you're keeping your shoulders down and back. You take your hands over the top of your head as you do. You're drawing your shoulder blades away from your ears. So it's not like this. It's down, up over the top of your head. And then we're going to take it back. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades down and back the whole time. You're holding a pencil in between your shoulder blades the whole time.
And keep your abs engaged.
Long neck.
And keep breathing.
If you do this correctly, you should also be doing sit-ups right now. And not all sit-ups are done with motion. Sometimes it's done with stabilization. This is why dancers get nice abs. Fluffies into her honeycomb. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. What number is that?
4.
Okay. Straight arms.
Last one. Exhale, reach up.
Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. You'll notice the range of motion is slightly decreased with this shoulder retraction. Okay, now we're going to go outside. We're pulling into our shoulders. We're sucking those bowling balls in. You're pulling the walls towards you, so you're keeping your shoulder blades down and back. And you're going to take your hands over the top of your head as you keep your shoulders away from your ears. Straight arms. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Your lats are working. Your serratus anterior is working. If you want to see what these muscles look like, look on Tuesday's video. You'll see all the muscles. Abs. Last one. Okay. And we'll shake it out. Final one. We're going to take our arms in front of us. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. Your abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. We're going to open. Keep squeezing. Keep your head over the top of the ball. It'll want to move forward. Don't let it move forward. And then bring it back. That's one. And if you think about it, we're only doing 5 motions in each plane. But that's more motion, full range of motion than you do all day. So it can explain why your shoulders might get sore. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Oh, abs engaged. Don't lose your abs. What number is it?
4.
4. Keep your abs engaged, especially back here. Abs on. Head over top of your ball. One more.
Last one. Exhale.
Okay, good. Shake out those arms. Guess what? We're coming off the ball. You're going to need your block because we're going to do some butt work that we didn't do in the beginning, but we're going to do it a little differently in a way we haven't done it in a while. The block will go underneath your left knee. Both hands are on the ground. Your right leg will go straight. Ooh, I better move over so I don't back Maria in the head. Okay, from this position, abs are nice and tight. We're gonna start out by just lifting and lowering this leg. I'll just lift Maria's face. Abs are nice and tight. Keep your abs engaged. Draw your shoulder blades down and back. You want a long, straight spine. Your abs are working and your butt's working. What number is it?
7.
Okay, now bend your knee. It comes out to the side. You're peeing on a fire hydrant. But what's important is that the knee is higher than the foot. Okay? And then we're just gonna do little oscillations at the top here. This should be working both butt cheeks. Abs are engaged.
10.
Now we're gonna close it all the way up, open it all the way up. We're working our butt muscles.
Keep your abs engaged.
And breathe. Knee is higher than your foot. What number?
5.
Mm-hmm. Breathe, abs, booty. Okay. You are going to straighten your rear leg back behind you. Whew. Am I ready for this? We're gonna sit up. And your arms go back behind you.
Like that. Switch.
No, no switching. We're working this booty. We're loading it because you guys felt cheated. We didn't work the butt. Abs are nice and tight. And then we're gonna hinge forward and then come back up. We're loading our butt. We're loading our quad. We are not loading our back. If you feel this in your spine, tighten your abs. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. What number is that?
4.
Oh my goodness. Second that time. Abs, abs, abs.
6.
Stand up straight, Duffy.
7. 8. 9. And last one.
I was one ahead of you guys.
Uh-huh.
We're switching sides. Okay. Block goes underneath your left knee. Right knee. The block's under your right knee. Your left leg is straight. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to gently lift lower your leg off the ground using your glute max muscle, which you should be able to feel. Your abs are engaged. Your shoulder blades are down and back, and you're breathing. Smiles are up. Good. Take your leg out to the side. Remember, your knee is higher than your foot. We're going to flutter it here. Abs are nice and tight. Try to use both butt cheeks. Suck in that tummy. What number?
10.
And good. Now we're going to open and close all the way down, all the way open, all the way down, all the way open. You should feel your butt working. Make sure that knee stays higher than your foot. Keep your abs engaged. You should be working your abs. At no point should this go into your low back. What number?
7. 8. 9.
10. Okay. Now we're going to come up. As you take your left leg back behind you, abs are nice and tight. Arms go back behind you. Get that balance. First, second, third chakra is on. We're using muscles and not joints. What's nice about this is it eliminates the knee and the foot. You have to use your butt. Hinge forward and come back up. So don't cheat it into your back. Keep your abs engaged. No pressure in your low back. Our knee is on the block. Put that knee on the block. Abs are engaged. Ooh. Ha.
7,
Abs.
8,
1 more.
10.
All right. Let's come in the kneeling. Whew. You should feel your booties working. You can give it a pat out. Let's go. Good job, booty. Oh, we have enough time. You're gonna put your left knee on the block again. Your hands are on the ground. Legs are gonna be across midline. We're gonna do hip openers. You're gonna go from this position to knee out. I'm gonna watch Maria's head.
Danger.
I'll move. What are you worried about? The Jollibee or something? So we have something we call the Jollibee incident. And that's where Mario put her face in the trajectory of my finger. Take it out to the side. Keep your abs engaged and remember your knees higher than your foot. And remember, these are all things that help you get up off the floor, so we have to be good at these.
10.
Okay, switch sides, same exact thing. Cross midline, then leg out to the side. Abs are engaged. Knee is higher than your foot. Remember?
8,
Oh my goodness.
9,
I was going faster than you.
10.
Okay. Oh, child's pose. Child's pose. Put out the fire. You should have felt no pressure in your low back. If you felt pressure in your low back, it means you use your back instead of your butt. We don't like that. Okay, we're gonna come back into kneeling. We're gonna do a couple of things that help you get up off the floor. Your hands are gonna go and stick them up. And what you're gonna do is just bring your foot forward and then back down. This means you have to use your butt to get up. Your butt. Make sure your foot comes up parallel and you don't wiggle your feet around. They come straight forward. It's okay if you drag along your nails, that's what they're there for. Abs are engaged. Okay. We're gonna rest for a quick second. Abs are engaged. We're gonna do a little sit up here. You're gonna suck into your tummy as hard as you can, then release. Suck it in, release. Drop your pelvic floor simultaneously. Remember?
8,
Oh my goodness.
9,
Maria's having troubles counting today.
10.
Okay, take your right foot forward just like we did. You're curling your left toes under. We're only gonna lift an inch off the ground. Arms go back behind you. As we lift up, lower back down. Don't wobble. Nice, smooth and controlled. Knee over top of your foot. What number?
5,
We'll do 8.
7,
One more.
8.
Okay, switch sides. We practice this because we want to be able to get off the floor when we can't use our hands. Abs are nice and tight, chest is up, shoulder blades are down, back, lift, hold, gently lower. Gently lower is the key. Nice control, nice balance. Knee over the top of your foot. A number?
8.
Right on. Okay, come back into kneeling. You'll need a block for a quick second. Oh. Both knees go on the block, your toes are curled under. Abs are engaged, first, second, third chakras are on. And here we go, we're just gonna move the arms around, you're conducting. You can do one arm at a time. You're bringing a jumbo jet home. So feel what it feels like to have opened up your shoulders the way we have opened them up. There should be a whole lot less cracking and grinding. Why we're doing it on the block is to remove any element that the knee may compensate for the shoulder. Jollibee. Mario ran into my finger. It's not like I poked her or anything.
We all run for cover when Michael starts dancing.
Okay. All right. We're going to do a simple sit-up to finish out. Hands go back behind you, the ball's in the small of your back. Microphone issues. Shoulder blades go down and back, heads over top of your body. You're going to suck in that tummy and release. Suck it in, release. We want you really to connect to your abs. I want you to feel this on the inside of your abs instead of on the surface. Activate your pelvic floor. Change the shape of your abdomen so your abdomen has a chance to change shape. Really suck it in like you're working really hard. Okay, whoops. Take that hand across midline. You're going to twist as far as you can to the right without letting that knee come midline. Keep it in good alignment. Chest is up. As you continue to suck in your tummy, change the shape of your abdomen. You will feel your abdomen really change shape on this. Like we said, nothing in the human body has a single function. As you're doing this, you're wringing out your internal organs. And that's a good thing to do.
10.
Okay, we're going to go to the opposite side. Keep your abs engaged. Rotate, twist as far as you can. Watch the alignment of that left knee over the top of your foot. And now suck in that tummy. Okay, we're going to go back to the original side, the right side. You're going to take your right hand into the air. You're going to push off your left shoulder as you continue to do the same thing. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Okay, same thing on the opposite side. Twist, twist, twist. Reach, reach, reach. Shoulders are down and back. This is where you see you could lose a connection from your abs and your shoulders would do a motion not supported by the abs. And once again, the house is breathing again.
10.
Okay, good. Go ahead and go on your backs. Ball goes underneath your low back first. We're going to rock from side to side to open things up. Keep your abs engaged. Pelvic floor on, rib cage closed. Suck in second chakra as you rock from side to side.
Toes pointing towards the ceiling.
Yes. And see if you accidentally use your psoas muscle instead of your back muscle. If you use your psoas muscle, you're going to feel sore in your low back. Okay, bend your knees, put the ball underneath your sacrum, your legs go up in the air. This is just range of motion of your knees. I like doing this because bend your knees, let them drop. Just continuously do that. The knees are the largest joint in the body, but they have a singular function. They just bend and straighten. So we gotta make sure that they can do this pain-free and easily, symmetrically as well. Just examine if your ankles are taking this up or if your back is. Should be knees, and it should be no pressure all on your knees. If you do feel pressure, figure out how to angulate your feet in and out or what muscles you have to turn on to make this work as we go into a little walk, alternating sides, nice and slow. Abs are engaged. This is about your abs, this is about knee flexibility, not much more. Now we're going to pick up our walk. We're going to go a little bit faster because we see the mailman and he has one of our Amazon packages. And then we're going to go double time. We're going to take it up to a little jog because we realize our Amazon package is the one we've been waiting for. And then we're going to triple time because we see he's leaving it because he has that form that says you have to sign for it. And he's starting to leave, so we got to sprint. So fast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got your package and your legs go straight. Rock your hips from side to side. So today we worked primarily the two ball and socket joints. That's the shoulders and your hips. And you have to work the hips to work the shoulders. You have to work the shoulders to work the hips. You will feel your booty today because we did a lot. We did things on the lower half of the body, primarily in short angles. And we did primarily long angles on top because we tend to reverse it during the day. Okay, come off your ball and onto your rollers. Butt goes at one end, head goes at the other end. Let me see. Okay, as you're laying on your rollers lengthwise, butt at one end, head at the other end, just see what things feel like. Feel what your butt feels like having worked it. A lot of times, by working your butt, it makes it feel like your low back is sore. It's not. It's that your butt has shortened and started working the fibers properly. And your back, your low back, is who has been your butt for the longest time. If it experienced that much work, would be sore. So it makes your low back feel sore, almost psychologically, neurologically. Just see what it feels like to breathe. You can do one last thing. Take your hands over the top of your head like someone just scored a touchdown, and you're just going to hang out here. See what it feels like to open things up. Keep first, second, third chakra on to stabilize your shoulders as you learned in the beginning. Just reach, stretch as you do sand angels. I don't have much space, so I'll do miniature sand angels. And then go ahead, take your arms, put them down to your sides as you start breathing. Feel what it feels like to really engage your abs. Feel how nice it is to have a slight bend in your knees. What it feels like to have your shoulders open and your head over top of your pelvic floor. I'm coming off the roller. You stay on the roller. I'm just bringing you guys home. Feel what it feels like to have a long spine and to breathe. Feel what it feels like to be in your center. as you find your center, feel how easy it is to drop into meditation as you breathe. Feel what it feels like to distribute energy throughout your body instead of just in your head and in your thoughts. Feel what it feels like to feel your butt, in your hips, your knees, your feet, your shoulders, your abs. And then feel the magic of the breath going in and out of your body. And on behalf of Maria and me, we'd like to thank you for being here, sharing your time and your energy, your willingness, and giving support. We appreciate you very much, and namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot, Tia.
Okay.
Bye.
You're welcome. Welcome back, Kim.
Bye.